everybody. Wait, that wasn't good enough. Hold on. Let me argue with this gate. Good morning, everyone. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and ring the little bell. I need a different hat on for that one, don't I? What does Ollie say? Cherry picker. Talking about the muck sheds, they're working spectacularly well. Super, super pleased with them. They are definitely coming into their own. So we have been able to store muck. I'll show you. What's happened is we are undercover. So obviously the muck isn't having the rain washing through it and taking all the goodness out. If you saw the midden at Crackenthorpe not long ago, you'd understand how we couldn't stack it. We couldn't make it pile up at all. And this is fair decent. To be fair, the limitation is now the machine that's driving into it, not the actual shed. Instead of, in the past, we filled the muck spreader as we emptied the shed and we went and we spread it on the land. That was what we did. There was no shed, there was no storage, none whatsoever. We had the muck spreader. Also led to an incredible altercation on Twitter. Not that I'm one to hold a 3-year grudge, but let me just tell you that I wiped the floor with him. I showed us spreading muck on Christmas Day. We didn't have a choice. The muck spreader was full. We couldn't empty the shed until the muck had been emptied out the spreader. That was how it worked. We were spreading muck on Christmas Day. Now, I thought this was quite quirky. You know, the whole farmer Christmas thing. So I posted it on Twitter and said, when you have to spread muck before you open your presents. You know, it's compulsory for any farmer to do, isn't it? Just to tell everyone how hard they work. Obviously, in case anyone forgot. Please do enlighten me as to what crops need nutrients at this time of year and why you are spreading muck. Don't argue with me. I told him we didn't have a storage. We are able to spread muck on land when it's appropriate. It was frosty, wasn't snowing, it was just frosty. It was hard, it was nice, it was, you know, perfect for spreading muck. And he was having none of that. He was a right arsehole, to be honest. So obviously I forgot all about this until very recently when we got some fancy new muck sheds and I dropped him a tweet. I hate men that try and belittle women. And he was one. And I also particularly hate farmers who try and belittle farmers. I was not going to forget. So yeah, that pleased me. He thought I was coming on a bit strong. I disagree. Instead of being, through desperation, spreading muck, we have now got to a point where we can start to close fields off. So that there's had muck on and it's closed off. That there's half mucked. And I put a little video in of the sheep yesterday. Roy sent it me. Roy Cam. They were literally stood in the middle of all the mucked field, just grazing the tiny little patch that was left. And it's really funny. They were, you know, I talk about the bits of this and bits of that at the Bitzers that came from our friend Christopher. They were all those sheep. So I have gone away from my thinking that sheep are totally racist and gone into thinking that they are totally like groupist, elitist, maybe. What's the word? Someone drop me a word. That they're hanging around in the groups that they came in. That is off something important and I can't remember what. That's Rufus for you. Look at this. This is his workshop, his yard. Like, seriously? When you want to come and find things, just look in the workshop and you'll find them. Not the workshop, the workshop. Mum and daughter. Look at these two crazy things. Look at them, they're literally identical. That's the mum and that's the daughter. She's slightly more friendly. Charlotte's slightly more short-faced. That cow, that one, she is not a very nice cow. You can't contain her. She hates going through the crush. She's always last, running around at the end of a TB. Like she's just got a screw loose. Not a nice animal at all. She has a belting calf though. Often they're the ones that kill you. So yeah, obviously farmer mentality there. I am going to take the muck spreader around and Roy is going to load directly out of the midden. You'll fall off there. Whoop. We're okay, guys, we're okay. Meow. In the interest of saving fuel and economics, We're loading straight into the muck spreader because we are such good people. One from really, really far back remember me putting hearts all over the walls when it was wet. I wonder if they'll stay on. Child round concrete, I can't help myself. My fingers just automatically gravitate towards it. Letterbox! So when we were building the sheds, obviously I've had like literally double the amount of people come on since we've finished building the letterbox. We just pushed down this big shed here and straight out of the letterbox. So that door there, it was actually designed with the Massey in mind, with the scraper on the back. I'll find it, there's some videos somewhere of me driving up and down on it. And it was done to the dimensions. So I just wanted to thank Farmer P for mentioning me on his channel. It's really, really kind and I do very much appreciate it. It's someone we've watched for an awful long time. We like the wood side of things. Obviously, we go around chopping all our own wood down and use it on the boiler and stuff. So yeah, it's right up our street, always has been. So for someone like that we actually watch to notice me randomly, it's just crazy. It is really just crazy. And obviously I just wanted to thank as well, not that they'll see it, I don't think they will, but Max, Mark and Isaac from the HDB and Max Beanstalk Global, just for a really fantastic few days at the Agro Leader Conference. I really enjoyed it. I was a little bit like, oh, this isn't for me. Obviously, I vocalised that on YouTube anyway, but I got there and it was really cool. It maybe wasn't applicable to me as a boss, should we say, because, well, I am, you know, the pot wash, if you get my drift. But to me as a person, it was quite valuable. It was good fun. Max takes hella photos. I'll put them in. They are amazing, honestly. He makes me look like super villain. I am so happy. He's literally captured my evil personality and I am all for that. And obviously, yet again, like Ollie, Joe, bags of fun. Like, I love them both. I really do. And Becca, go on Becca Farms. She's also got YouTube. And Gina, you made my few days. Like, you are just a star. Oh. Let's do silage pit update a week on. So you all saw my desperate hard work trying to clean the pit up. So we have a little bit of spillage down there, a little bit of overthrow from the keen in here, a tyre, bit of wrap, bit more wrap. Yeah. And his dad's been, because there's his signature orange peel on the floor. Always leaves a little trace of himself, either a fag or an orange. But just saying, I see loads of silage pits that are perfectly, like, neat. And this, you know, that bit doesn't exist. There's been sheep in here. This bit here doesn't exist. Is it that they're using tractors and we're using a bobcat? Or is it that it's dry silage? Or is it that the teeth aren't sharp enough? Like, what's the crack with the getting a neat silage pit face? Is there like some kind of knack to the... I just don't know. I just don't know. I'm sure I used to get it neater than that when I was here on my own and Roy was still at work. I'm sure I used to get it a bit neater than that. But I don't know whether that's just because I'm better than Roy, or is it because the teeth on the grab were sharper back then and they need doing again. I'd like to think it's because I'm better than him, to be fair. Yeah. Doing Ollie Harrison quiz question. How much sand is here? The other day when I said I was stopping the cows coming through because they eat the store's barley. I've made the terrible mistake of letting these through today, and all they do is nose it all over. Stop it! Shows why these passages, why we put them out in the mug spreader and not down the slats, because this is basically a lot of what's in them. Oh God, they've right thrown it over. Assholes. Why would you do that? What do you think you're doing? Digging for gold? Stop it. One of the is broken, So I need to go and sledgehammer it back into place. Obviously, this is a fantastic opportunity for photo.
You were drunk on the wine and we were missing you. I can remember when you lost your spark.
This is heavy. I won't lie. They've bent it over, can you see? And it's just literally an inch too far that way. So I need to take the gate off and batter it that way. Brute force and ignorance for the win.
So do you let it out or do you let it go?
Eat it dead hard. Oh, whatever. I'll go and paint my nails. You're so smug. So Roy smashed a wall, not me. Roy. Well, this building was built in 1994. It's a number of years old, obviously. If you look over that side, though, hold on, let me turn you around. Look over that side. Can you see there's a bar, a horizontal bar put in just to support it? The way that the gates are pulled round onto a trough and they lean through and they do make a bit of a carry on with it. So they were prone to going out. To be fair, I think there was already a crack in it. I think I'm just being maybe a tiny bit dramatic. It's just normal jobs, isn't it? I'll wait till he goes. So this bit of floor here, see through the SH1T, it's concrete on top of concrete. And it was really smooth and slate. Here, like a bit where it's missing. So we just grooved this ourselves because it was really slippy when we came. And Tom had said the reason why he thought it had sunk and it needed doing again was because he put planings underneath his aggregate, and obviously he didn't think that worked. Just the repetitive daily jobs, isn't it? We used to have a friend who, well, we do have a friend who they moved away now though, but they had an autistic son, and his son loved the repetition of farming. Like he'd put like 100 fence posts out and said they all need creosote in, and he did 100 and he asked where the next one was. Do you know what I mean? I think we've all got to have a little bit of that in us because the daily jobs are very repetitive. It just is what it is. Especially in winter, there's not a lot of variation. You are just, cleaning animals. Like Ollie said at his talk that I went to at Garstang, all cows do is eat shit and break things. And that there was pretty much a testament to cows just breaking things for the crack. Think of repetition, there goes Roy to put some more wood on the boiler. Got the valets in, the teaser tubs. They are so soft. It's untrue. They don't like frost, they don't like wet, they don't like... I don't know what they like, to be fair. Anyway, they're quite comfy and happy sitting in the stable. They can't see, though. I'm not quite sure. Is it... Look at him, looking around. He's like, oh, mind, I can't see. Is someone speaking? So I'm not supported. Right, don't move. Don't move! God, this is dangerous. Since, baby, since we've been together, loving you forever, it's all I need. Let me Look how handsome he is. Oh. Oh, he's beautiful. Did I give the sheep a mullet? Yes. Yes, I did. Since, baby, since we've been together, oh, loving you forever is all I need. Let me be the one. Let's make some dinner and remember I have children. That was fun, guys. I'll book you in for next week. Now that is a rubbish helicopter. You always have to ruin it. Roy says it's a gyrocopter. You would not catch me in a gyrocopter. Vet's bill was 100 quid. For those of you who are interested, that was for pre-movement testing some animals. It's just one of those things you have to stomach when you live in a TB hotspot area like we do. You have to pre-movement test all your animals, and it's just one of them costs. People are quite curious as to how the TB setup works. Obviously, if you're not in a hotspot area, you will not have to deal with this. You will just do 4 yearly testing. Praise the Lord. We get 2 TB tests a year. And we are on 6 monthly testing. We are in a hotspot area. Pretty much every farm around us, everyone has had TB detected, bar one, I think. And we have never had, we've never had a case of TB or a reactor on the farm. Miracle, actually, to be honest, because at one point everyone was getting a bit. So there's been a lot of inconclusives on all the farms around us, but no one's has ever actually come to anything when they've obviously taken the animal away. The inconclusives are, the statistics would be something like 1 in 1,000. So if we're testing 200 twice a year, we're testing 400 a year. Statistically, in a 2.5 year period, you would expect that we would end up with an inconclusive, as everybody else around us has had. It's literally, the whole thing's a lottery. From a veterinary point of view, what we need to do, we get 2 tests a year that you have to do. You do your, like your annual TB tests or your 4 yearly TB tests. We have to do them every 6 months. Absolute pain in the ass, if I'm honest. It always comes at the wrong time of year. We've managed to move the windows slightly every time so that we don't have to bring the cows in summer to test, which is just, that would have been, if you're a beef farmer, it's not a practical thing to be doing. There's calves around. It's just not good, is it? Anyway, if we want to move anything off outside of the 60-day window, like after a TB test, we have to pay to do it. So you do pre-movement tests. So every animal that leaves our farm that hasn't been TB tested within 60 days will be TB tested before it goes anywhere. That gives you some information about TB testing. Very exciting indeed. Thank you very much for watching. Yet again, it means an awful lot. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.